Let's see. How about now? It still says it's unlocked. Can we hear? Testing 1, 2, 3. Hello, hello. Let me know, Miss Monica, if you can hear me. Glad you came on. Still no? Oh my goodness. It's telling me the audio input is working. Let's see. Yes, yes, okay. I didn't know what else to click on. Okay. I don't know what happened. Oh boy. Okay, here we go. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So I said a whole lot at the beginning of the video, so I'm going to try to recap as we go. I cannot believe I said all of that. Oh, thank you, Monica. Yay! Okay, so I referenced a lot at the beginning to the first part, part 1 of the video, which was last week, on how we put this or started putting this pumpkin together. This is 2 pumpkin wreath frames from the dollar store, Dollar Tree. And we basically put them together last week. I showed how to do it with zip ties. We could also do it with wire. And then we tied on some raffia. So if you see that video, you'll be able to see how we started this. But then I went off video because it does take a little bit to go around each one of these bars on the wreath form. So I did that off camera during the week, and then we're going to complete it today. So that's what we're doing. But I mentioned some options on the centerpiece because this can, if you tie the knots, like I showed last week, how we can get all the way to the bottom and do big knots down here. That can help it stay put by itself. But if you need some more support, I made these little footsies out of the floral foam. And they're just 2 inches wide, 3 inches long. And then I did like an indentation in the middle, about 1 inch, and then just kind of went down. And that could be on the sides of the pumpkin on the bottom to kind of hold it straight. So that way it won't go topsy-turvy. So I made 3, but I only normally use 2, just in case he needs it. But we just have to make sure that those are leveled to make sure, of course, that it doesn't, you know, it doesn't have one side higher than the other and that kind of thing. So this is the same way that we tied our raffia to do our blue raffia down here to cover our whole pumpkin. You could do, of course, any color. If you want to do it all natural, you could do that. You could do the orange and the red mixed together to kind of give it some definition, kind of like I did here with the blue raffia. We have different hues of the blue. You could do all sorts of things depending on the colors you want to use. So in this case, I just went with the blue to do something different instead of the usual orange. And then, of course, we're going to be using some florals and different things to decorate it afterwards. So right now, since I mentioned earlier that you can do a couple of different things with this. So right now I'm just wrapping it because I might at one point want to hang it. I mentioned earlier that you can do the wrapping where you can kind of go in and out on the bottom here, you know, from one side of the stem to the other, and cover the whole thing up if you don't believe you're going to want to hang it. If you might want to hang it also and not just use it as a centerpiece, then wrapping it like I'm doing now, kind of like we did with the bars here, then you could do it, you know, the wrapping, or you could do the full all the way to the middle and then do the wrapping on the top, so you'll still have a little bit of an opening to be able to hang it. Yes, it does take some time. That's why we have to kind of go off camera because it was quite a bit. So I just kind of did that part of the top, did the top, and then a couple of the wires just to kind of show how we would do that. And that was pretty much it for last week, other than explaining what the whole project was. Hi, Miss Hyla. Oh, okay. I understand. No worries. Thankful that you're here. Thank you for coming. Okay, so I'm just going to do a little knot, just taking it through. Hope you get a good night's rest. Miss Hyla. Okay, and then I'm just kind of pulling just to kind of do another knot just to make sure it stays put because we don't want it to keep going up. Okay, so this is where I said, excuse me, that you can go in and out. So you can go in through here and wrap it around and come back in and just kind of zigzag through. You could do that all the way to the top and then wrap the top, or you can do the zigzag up to the middle like I mentioned and then wrap the top so you can have that little opening if you would ever want to hang it. If not, you could always just do the whole thing side by side zigzag and you're done. Okay. Oh, thank you, Miss Hyla. I love them thumbs up. Thank you, thank you. I thought the color blue was interesting when I saw it. I was like, you know what? Because originally I was looking for that orange and the red combination. It's like I was going to get 4 in orange and 2 in red, just to kind of have that mix of colors and give it that definition. But then I saw this blue, and I was like, hey, we could do blue. Why can't we do blue? So I liked it, and I thought I'm just going to change that up and just make a blue pumpkin. Why not? So I'm just going to continue wrapping here and try to remember everything that I said before where we couldn't hear anything. So I'm going to have to edit the video later to make sure I put something on there to let everybody know that it'll start sound in a moment after it fully loads up. That is just too much. Okay. So as you can see, just doing this little bit of wrapping, it does take a little bit of time. So plan for that if you decide to do this, this centerpiece with the raffia. Just wanted to show you something different because, you know, after a while of doing wreaths and swags and door hangers and such, it kind of like, okay, I need to do something different. So I'm going to try to make it a little bit thicker. There we go. Just wrap that around an extra time or two. Just because I like that thicker look. Oh, that, yeah. Whole night sky. Nice. Uh-oh. I got a knot. Okay. You didn't think about the sky. I don't know. Just there was just something about the blue I really liked, and I'm thinking maybe that's why I didn't think about that. The sky look. So as I was saying, just plan for some time if you decide to do this. It really doesn't take a whole lot of time if you're just working on this, I guess. But I thought doing it live was going to be a bit much, just kind of going in and out of all of these. It was going to get a little much. So. And we're almost done already. Okay, so this is what I meant earlier about going in and then around. If you want to do like halfway, then coming back in and out, kind of zigzagging. I'm going to turn it, let's see, maybe, there we go. I think you might be able to see it that way better. Maybe let's try from the top. I could always change it back. Let's see. The blue raffia. I'm trying to remember because I know I mentioned it on the video last week, and I went to like 3 or 4 different places. So I may have it all jumbled up. I went to, I I don't know, it wasn't Hobby Lobby because all they had was a set of 3 where they had the like a one orange, one neutral, and one brown, and it was like $7 for that little bag of the 3. So I thought, you know, I need 6 of the one color, so that's not gonna work. So we went, I don't remember where it was, if it was Michael's or, oh lordy, think this was Joann's. So it might have been at Joann's that we got it, because they had a sale too. They had a lot of stuff for like 70% off. So I'm thinking it was at Joann's. Hopefully you have one over there. But they had a whole bunch of this blue, and I found none in orange over there, but they had the neutral. Whereas the Hobby Lobby, they had a lot of the neutral, and then that pack of 3 were had, you know, one of each color. So that just wasn't going to work. So I'm just going over, going in, and then instead of going around, I'm going over to the other side and doing that again. So that's what I meant by doing this zigzagging. So it kind of gives it, if I can hold it up, makes it look like that. So you could do it all the way up to the top that way, or if you want to hang it, then leave that a little bit of space on the top so you'll be able to hang it, which is what I'm going to be doing. So now I'm just going to do a knot. I'm just going to run it through so I can make my loop. And then I'm going to tie it. Okay. And we can cut off the excess, which this is basically what I did with the blue. We just finished the whole project and then cut off any excess. As you go with when you're doing your blue or orange or whichever color you decide for your pumpkin, as you see short pieces, what I did was kind of hold it against the bar and then wrapped it with the rest of the longer pieces so it would just stay in there. And then any stragglers, then I would just cut them off, you know. And it kind of gives it like a, do I want to say rugged? Like a little, you know, little bit of a look, just to have a little bit of the strings. But that's our stem right there. So now we can hang it if we want to. We can go ahead and do our little feetses. And for the feet, you can also, if you want to make it more permanent, you can use some glue. You can do the zip ties. You can do the floral wire, whatever you're comfortable with. But if you want to be able to change it up and not have the feet hang, like if you decide you want to hang it, you don't want the feet tied in there and then have to untie it and all of that good stuff, I would just leave it as is because it stays put, as you can see. So then from here, it's just decorating it. And another thing that I like about the decoration part is that it's not permanent either. So if you ever want to change out your florals, or if you want to do a, let's say like a little vase in the middle where you can put a candle. Whoops, I just bumped that. You can do like one of those flameless candles in the middle. So lots of things that you can do. So we have, I'm going to go ahead and move this up so we can just stay. If I just move the pieces. Pieces. Oh, I forgot my mat is kind of loopy right there. Maybe that's why. I made the mistake of putting my glue skillet on top of this. I'm working on a project. And it just didn't dawn on me, you know. I'm just working on a project and had the glue skillet on here with all that heat, and it's all warped. So depending on where I have something, if I need it to stand up, it doesn't stand up. Um, but we have these florals that we're gonna cut, and we probably won't need them all. And we have some sunflowers. Whoops, I just did it again, and I keep hitting it. Let me move it over. Stay. Nope, it's warped right there. Ah, let me pull my florals out of the way. I want to make sure you can see it while we work on it. Okay. And then I got, because I thought to kind of play off our stem, I got some of this off-white. It's like a cream color. And I had this laying around. There's only 3 of them, but I thought that would add some of that cream color as well. So, another option that you can do with regards to the centerpiece, you could use a little rectangular plate. I think I said that at the beginning, but since my voice wasn't coming through, you could do a rectangular plate and put this on top of the rectangular plate, you know, to kind of dress it up a little bit. It's just one of those nights. And that way you could also, you know, have the plate as a part of your display, and then put more florals or some rocks or something on the plate itself. Just some more options. And I'm just moving some of these up, because I like showing more of the greenery. And again, no gluing unless you absolutely want to. So that's another thing I like about this. So you can change it up later. So we're going to cut these pretty long as we can. And again, we might not even use it all. What we're going to be doing is stuffing our pumpkin. That's all we're going to do. We're just going to put them in there, so we'll be able to change things up as we need to. Okay, I'm just giving this a little bit of shape. We can shape it up some more later if we need to. And I'm thinking of using these towards the sides of it to kind of add some, or maybe even kind of going up a little bit so we can see some of that white, or off-white, I guess, if we want to say. And we'll get a variety of these colors from the big bundle we have here, the big stem. And on this one, we're gonna divide our greenery, because again, we're just gonna be putting them in there. And that way we may be able to use the florals for another project. If we want to change things out later, we could decide as we go. So this is more of the fun part. Just decorating. So we have some orange, yellow, orange, orangey. Got some burgundy, all of our fall colors. Try to at least have a couple of each one to start. Now, what I'm thinking of doing also is use our bigger florals towards the bottom and around, and then put some of the smaller ones on the inside. So let's see. We only have the one cattail, so we might use that for the top. Okay, I think we have 3 and 3. Let's see what we have. Let me put this to the side for a bit. Okay, so we're just basically literally going to be stuffing it. That's all we're doing. We can just lay it on there, however way you wants to go. And I like that we can, just hold it for a bit, that we can put our hands in the middle, because then if we do want to put one of those flameless candles on there, you know, put it on a dish, then we can definitely do that. So we have options. I like options. You could do a little bit more floral wire in the middle. Excuse me, if you don't want to have the messy look, but we can call it that, where they're just in there. Entirely up to you. Seen it done that way as well. Let me cut this one shorter. As we're going to the middle. And that means we're going to need another one. I'm going to cut another one. We've got options. Okay, so on the ones that have 2, I'm pushing a set of the greens up if I can, and then keeping another set in the middle just for help with filling it in. And if you do that floral foam in the middle, you could always poke these in, you know. I'm going to separate these so I know what I have. Don't mind me. Yes, that's another awesome option. Thank you for bringing that up. Floral pins would definitely work with that, because that'll be easy to take off later if you want to change the florals or good idea, good idea. And it said it's a messy look, but it's not really messy. It's just not tied down onto something like we're used to do with florals, you know. I'm tearing things up. Mm-hmm. Yes. And if we do a bigger piece of the floral foam on the bottom, and then you tie that together, then you could also do that throughout and kind of use the stems of the flowers to hold it in. Like I said, we do have options. I just want to leave it to where I can just take them out and be done. Just because. This one, just the stems can pretty much be hidden under the other flowers. And I'm thinking you might be able to see it better with the regular view instead of the bird's eye view, but I'll change that up here in a second. Okay, I'll go in this way. Put that one on. Not thinking. Okay, let me see about switching. Let's see if the other view might be better for this. Nope. Okay, I was thinking it might be. I'll just have to hold it and show you. Kind of turn it over. Okay. Cut our whites here. And we still got sunflowers. I think my camera moves somehow. I'm noticing my hands are kind of going out of view. Okay. So we just have the sunflowers left, and then a couple of more of these for the top, and fillers for the sides if we need it. Just very little one. There we go. Now more towards the middle. But then your middle can be, let's see if I can, I have my little plate. Let me show what I meant. This will fit in there. So if you put something in the middle to put your flameless candle, it would still work. And we can add more flowers. Let me see if I can change this a bit so you can see. I'm gonna try to change, bring this down. It's not letting me go. Guess it's as far down as I can go. Let me see if I can bring it up. Haha! There we go. May not be able to see my face much, but I want to make sure you can see the actual. Let me turn it around so you can kind of see all the way around. This side, and there's the other side. I think I squished some other things when putting the plate on there. Thank you. So we can do some more. Let's do some sunflowers. Let's cut this one a bit. I'm kind of putting this one at an angle. I'll turn this again a bit more so you can see all the way around once I'm done putting things in here. What I like too, it's without having to push on that floral foam, just makes it a little bit easier too. Not having to do that. Yeah, there's our, I guess we can call that our front. Doesn't really matter. Either side could work. Now I'm just kind of filling in the little gaps. I think we're good. We can put more on top or on the sides, depending on how full you want it to be. I've seen some where they go almost all the way where everything inside is full, but there's no candle in the middle. So if you want to have it all full and you're not, don't care too much about having a candle in the middle, then you could definitely do that. So, but there it is. And put it kind of sideways so we can see around it in a way. All right, but that is it. And then we can hang it if we want. Or put it in our little pieces, which I think I just missed. If I had it turned. There we go. Oh, this one fell out. Back in. Yay! Alrighty. So that is it. That is our pumpkin centerpiece. Of course, you can fill it up some more or not. Put a candle in the middle, depending on how you would like to, based on your preferences. So easy peasy on the decor. Doesn't need a whole lot. It's what I like. I like easy. Easy but pretty. Oh, glad you love it. Sorry again for the mix-up at the beginning where you couldn't hear me. So thank you for bringing that to my attention. And I'll have to fix that. Make sure I put a little text box or something at the beginning so that anybody that watches the replay will know that sound will be coming up soon. But thanks again for joining us. I hope you liked this tutorial. If you did, don't forget thumbs up, share with friends and family, subscribe if you haven't done so. Let us know where you're watching from if you're new to our channel. And until next time, we'll see what we're going to do next. If you have any ideas or something you would love to see, let us know in the community that you would like to see thus and thus, whether it's another centerpiece or a different wreath, or want to see another square wreath that we did a couple of weeks or so ago. Just give us some ideas, because it definitely helps us, to try to come up with things. So until then, keep creating. Don't forget to tag us on social media if you do make this pumpkin or anything else within our channel that you've seen that maybe has, helped with an idea. Share it with us. Tag us so that we can also see it. We would love to see it. So until next time, keep creating. Stay safe, stay liquid, stay blessed. Bye-bye.